United Rogue, welcome back to another week of matches. We are getting right into the business here in week number 2, and at this point, I'm joined by Aura here on the desk. Aura, we got an exciting night of matches our way. We're going to be starting off with some Ramen Bowl action. How you feeling about this one?
I think this will honestly be a pretty good match. I think Denver will hopefully rebound after their week 1 loss, and yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I think we're going to be looking at Montreal versus San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. Two
Oh, yeah,
teams who
Denver.
all good. Yeah, two teams who are going to be looking to make a big impact here in their second week. Montreal, we were kind of talking a little bit, Aura, before we got into the series. A big storyline their way. They are expected to be a top 5 team this season after going 12-3 in some repeated seasons in the regular season, I should mention. So this team should be the favorites, but Montreal did lose in week number 1, so you kind of question, well, are they really up to the task?
We'll have to see. I think if consistently performing in Ramen Bowl is not an easy thing to do. So the fact they've gone 12-3 multiple seasons back to back definitely shows some resilience in them. So I guess we'll see
Yep.
if start of this match how they can start off.
For sure. Montreal is also fielding a slightly different roster than we've seen in some prior seasons. In some previous iterations of Montreal, we've seen some combination of Saint combined with Lefty. That's not been the case this season, as Lefty has chosen to pursue other avenues. Saint is still remaining as the captain of Montreal, and he's decided to pick up some other players, some very notable names I should mention. Amp has been around for a very long time in United Rogue, so he's going to be joining Montreal this season. You combine that with Wolf, who's been a notable name, especially for the Los Angeles Griffins in the last couple of seasons. Had some fantastic runs with them. Also had some very deep runs in the playoffs with LA. And now he's going to be looking to bring his experience over to Montreal. But we're talking a little bit more. They both have similar stories, I want to say. Both Wolf and Saint. These two players have had very synonymous experiences where they tend to do very well in the regular season, and then come playoffs, it's just not really gone their way for whatever reason. So we'll see if they can kind of change that this season together.
Well, it all starts with regular season, and you gotta make it to playoffs first. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Kick off
We will
here.
see indeed. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm
No,
gonna
no,
quickly interrupt. I'm gonna quickly introduce Mango and Connor, who are on the other side of the pitch. This duo has also been together for a while. I think this is their second season together on the Santa Fe Cyborgs. As
bit
that
of
one goes from downtown. What on earth, Aura?
bit of a risky overcommit there by I believe it was Takeover diving in. Mango couldn't recover, and Amp just gets a free net.
That's not quite the way that we imagined this game starting, but I'm sure we're right now. Montreal is not going to complain with that free first goal. The long shot from downtown is going to take its toll. And what a way for them to start off. They needed a rebound here after that week 1 loss against LA. So this is a great way to start that off for them.
I definitely think letting it go like that in early could be deteriorating on the mental, so they have to be able to bounce back from that. But typically, these RB guys, I feel like don't let goals like that get to them, especially during a game 1, where it can be kind of more of a feel-out game. But I guess we'll see, because right now it looks like Montreal has a lot of pressure, just in general against San Francisco.
And so they do, but they need to make the most of it while they still can. As of right now, San Francisco looking for anything they can work with, but now they are stuck on the defense.
Huge
Wolf is
demo,
going to be able to
Wolf
get this one
double,
off the backboard,
back
and the double
post,
tap just slightly off the woodwork, Aura.
just barely, almost slotted that back post. Almost gonna be on here again, taking it up to the ceiling. Probably gonna go for a pinch middle here. Just tries to beat one but gets dunked. Saying has to play this a bit safe, stall some time for his team. Zero boost though. Takeover can get a decent play. He might be able to set someone up, but he can't.
And still a lot of work to be done here on the side of San Francisco. They've gotten themselves a good bout of offense, starting to connect inside the midfield especially. We're going to be looking for a lot of that with Mango and Connor. Connor's typically been the more midfield aggressive player. Mango on the other side likes to tend to play on the walls for whatever reason. It's worked out for San Francisco in the past. There's the shot as that one is ripped on target, for the time being turned away by Saint.
San Francisco definitely keeping pressure here. If they can lock Montreal in, then this might lead to a goal. But SFC has to actually like convert on this and not let Montreal get boost. But Amp just able to grab that mid 100. Saint with a bad challenge. Mango on ball should be in. off the top corner, he scores out of a really bad defensive setup out of Montreal there. We'll push up a little slightly too far start, and they got instantly punished.
Yeah, super tough spot for Wolf especially. Kind of got stuck in no man's land without a whole lot of boost to work with. Stuck in two minds almost between challenging and make his way over to the back post. And at the end of the day, neither play kind of went his way, and now we got an equal game. But Wolf has some reckoning to do. He's got a full tank of boost. He's also got Saint in his size. Amp is sitting on the right hand side with about a quarter tank to work with. We're going to be looking for that pass to come to him eventually as this one finds its way across the wall. Now with the full tank, Amp is next up to the batting plate. Saint needs a deep challenge win, and he's not going to find it. So Montreal is not going to have a whole lot of breathing room as San Francisco take control.
Kind of very similar goals for both teams that got let in with their third man overcommitting a bit, which is a bit interesting. Same with a huge clear there. Takeover's got to stall this for his teammates. Wolf touches behind Connor. This seems like a lot of boomer ball. I kind of want to see these guys take a bit more control and get some demos just like Mango did. Connor gets the reset here, can flip it mid, maybe looking for a bump. Good clear by Montreal though. They got to get this out.
And although it kind of does look like Boomer Ball, you can start to see some of these connections being made, especially in the infield. It's just that a lot of the time they're getting cut off, and there's the shot as that one is slightly wide. Unfortunately, this time around, Wolf's not quite got the boost to follow up. Saint does. And that's going to mean the door opens a little bit more for Montreal as they continue to hunt for this second goal. A great follow by Amp, but unfortunately lacking the boost once again. It's been a recurring theme for Ant here, or for Amp here at the beginning of game number one, as every time he's inside the corner, inside the offense, he's just not got a whole lot of boost to work with. But now he's going to be looking to flip the script once again, minute and a half left.
Double commit out of Montreal there on offense. That could have been a good chance, but they just couldn't connect on the pinch. Same with a good dunk. Takeover is going to take control of this ball. Really good challenge by Amp to play that safely to the corner. Wolf staying on here. Gets instantly dunked by Connor. Connor might be able to follow this for 50. Right back to Mego. This should be a good possession for SFC if they can keep the ball in front of them. Really good dunk out of Saint though.
Yeah, Saint's been known for that. His big midfield challenges are his middle name, and Wolf is going to hammer that one home. After the ball got loose inside the box, kind of felt like it was anyone's up to grab. Wolf happened to be there in the moment, and you got to give the flowers to Saint on that play. Saw him clear at the backboard, and after that, it was just free picking for
I was
Montreal.
gonna say, what a bump by Saint on back wall there. That actually opened up the entire net. That was about as good as he could have done there with the amount of boost he had. And Saint's gonna be able to 50 this too. This could be a shooting opportunity if Connor doesn't read it, but he does get a good touch on it. Amp should be able to follow. Takeover misses slightly. Wolf on. Is it gonna be another goal for Montreal?
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, and that's been the case for San Francisco. Once again, a lack of boost kind of catches him on the left-hand wall, and Montreal is able to make quick work of it. Gotta give even more flowers to Wolf. I mean, he's been putting up an incredible performance here in game number one. Been in position, he's delivered on every shot that he's taken. He's been able to convert into a goal. So that means Montreal almost certainly going to be taking game number one here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Mego takes the second goal of game one.
No, we can't be caster cursing game one, Wasty, alright? Listen, you say they can take this game and then they immediately get scored on. Saint unlucky, back post had no boost left. If they can survive this kickoff, or if SFC can get a good win, it could actually just determine the end of the game. It's a good kickoff for Montreal. Good demo by SFC, though. Wolf has to make a touch here because his other teammate's awkward back post. Saint able to take it up. Connor with a chow. It's going to be beat. Mango maybe gets a touch takeover, but Saint gets a good touch out.
And now Takeover, he's got the time, he's got the spades, but he's not got the boost. And that means it's going to come crashing to a halt here for San Francisco. Got so close at the tail end of regulation there. Had one go forward goal, but it was not meant to be. Montreal, the lead was too powerful. Wolf, of course, came up huge on many occasions. But Saint, I mean, that bump off the backboard, it kind of sealed the deal for game number one, Nora.
It did. That was a huge momentum play for Montreal because they came down right after that and got another goal probably within the next like 30-ish seconds. So, I mean, sometimes it's little plays like that. The bumps can just open up so much room. And, for these guys, they're used to it. I think SFC definitely needs to look for a couple more on offense because their offense looked relatively solid. They kind of got one free goal, but I feel like they need to create a lot more opportunities for themselves to be able to have a chance against this Montreal squad.
And they certainly have the potential to do so. You got to imagine. I mean, we saw Connor and Mango connect a couple of times already. This long-standing duo. That's what expect. That is what is expected of them, I should say. And did kind of see a little bit of that in action in game number one. Mango came up pretty huge with his 2 goals off the back of a lot of passes from Connor, especially. So you get some more of that. I think we're gonna see a much closer game. As of game number one wasn't already close. I mean, a 1 goal game can't really ask for more than that. Here we go. We're at game number two.
I definitely think we're not going to see 2 goals right away. We're both third men overcommit on both teams for sure. SFC looking a bit rough there off the start. Almost immediately got scored on and punished for that double commit on their back line. Wolf keeping pressure here. Saint's going to be able to get that over. Mango has to make a touch here, actually. Right to takeover. Takeover is low here, but he should just be able to keep possession. MTL again, a bit awkward. That's a shot. Good save by Saint.
Yeah, Takeover's been having an interesting time, I should say. Tends to kind of get clumped up with Mango and Connor, especially inside the corners. It's not really been to the advantage of San Francisco, and obviously they've struggled as a result of it, but they have been able to recover in times like that, and it's not happened very often. I think worth writing home about at least, but now is going to be another potential shot here as Amp's going to find his way in on the rotation. Mango turns it away for now, but there is no boost anywhere for San Francisco, and it is all Saint.
What a double. Yeah, SFC's backboard looked wide open for a good 20 seconds there. Single person got up there, defended, and absolute swat by Wolf there.
And you can see why this Montreal roster, with Saint at the helm as captain for the last handful of seasons, has done so well in the regular season. I mean, let's put it this way. Over the last 2 seasons, in the regular season, Saint is 24-6. If that is not the most ballistic stat line you've heard, I don't know what else to tell you. The consistency that this player has in the regular season, well, let's just put it this way. If he was able to put some of that into the playoffs, this guy would have so many championships to his name right now, but he's going to be looking to add another win once again for Montreal. Big first goal for them. They look to continue adding on to it.
Oh my god, wait, this could be it for takeover. Maybe get into the series. Mango, easy put in, actually. That was a rough look out of the Montreal defense. Double commit by Wolf and Amp, pumped up the backboard. Nice 50 by takeover, and Mango just there to finish it.
And I think Mango has scored quite literally every goal for San Francisco right now. 2 goals for him in game one. He's got the first go-ahead goal for San Francisco in game number 2. And Connor's going to be looking to add his name to the plate off the backboard. No, turned away by Wolf. Amp is going to be in a very tough spot here following as the second man, though. I don't know if he's going to find the opportunity to get involved because Connor's got a full control over it right now. Over to Mango once again. This duo continues to connect. Montreal got to keep their head on swivel.
As long as Takeover can get involved in this game and help Mango and Connor just kind of, stay in this offense with pressure, I think they'll be completely fine because they're looking a lot better this game than they did last game. And that's a really good pass behind 2 defenders. What a save from Saint. Holy.
Yeah, Saint's just been everywhere, I feel like. On the offense, he's double tapping. On the defense, he's making some ridiculous goal line saves. You mentioned Takeover, and kind of did talk about it a little bit earlier. He's been having a little bit of tough time blending into this roster, kind of playing the third man, and now he's going to be called upon to make this save. He does find it off the crossbar. Will that be enough for a counter? It doesn't seem like that's the case this time around, but some good pressure here from San Francisco.
And what a bump. Takeover actually getting involved, scoring the first goal other than Mango so far for SFC. I believe someone was chasing down Wolf there on the goal line. I think it was Connor, but just made him super awkward. What a shot by Takeover to put it behind him. Perfect execution there from them.
Yeah, very well played from San Francisco, putting on the pressure, especially really tough spot on the goal line for Montreal, but Saint is going to be looking to answer back. It's got a big 2 minutes here to make that happen, but first they got to break out of their half. The good thing we got going for San Francisco is once they are inside the Montreal half, they've done really well to steal the corner boost, and that's prevented San Francisco from getting a whole lot of counterattacks. Double commit, not going to help their case either, but Mango is there to pick up the pieces. Connor, a ridiculous angle for him. Unfortunately, it went absolutely into the next zip code across. Just gonna have to let that one go for now, Aura.
I think Montreal is definitely struggling this game to break out of their half. SFC is pretty significant pressure, just keeping it in their half the entire time, not letting him out, taking all of the corner boosts as you mentioned. Saying to here, maybe with a chance though, full boost, Wolf was able to find him, but that's really good defense by Connor to clear it out here. I think if Montreal needs to get back into this game, they needs to either something like that not to happen, or oh my, this was actually so unfortunate. Mango touched it back behind, and it's just in. Saint did not read that.
Yeah, really tough spot there for Montreal all around. Especially you could kind of see the boost bars running pretty low. Saint was the only one who had pretty much anything to work with in that scenario and wasn't quite able to get back to it. San
Uh,
Francisco.
I was gonna say, sorry, that was definitely a tough read out of Saint, but I think they'll be able to recover here. They just gotta get some offensive pressure going. Game one, they were in SFC's half way more than what's it called? Like than SFC was in theirs, and they were just able to keep all this pressure. But right now, SFC is just playing every ball to each other possible. They're creating opportunity after opportunity, and takeover's got to be called upon here. But the whip, saying going for the double.
Oh, no
Oh my
way.
god. That would have been a crazy play. I was saying if he's hitting mechs like that and he can actually put him in, this is gonna be scary for SFC.
You can already tell Saint is the highest salary currently in Montreal, and he's
Yeah.
certainly put his mechanics to good use this series. But still trailing by 2 goals here. I don't think they're gonna find it in game number 2. We got an equal series. And that means San Francisco, even though they are the underdogs in this matchup, gonna have that much more confidence as we get deeper into the series. Connor's gonna be looking for one for the road as that one finally touches the ground. San Francisco, big rebound from game number 1, and we kind of imagined it would be possible, especially if you saw Connor and Mango connecting a little bit more, or that's exactly what we got.
I mean, if you take a look at the scoreboard, Saint was 654, Amp less than 300, Wolf less than 200. Like the Saint was trying to will them through that game and did as best as he could, but he needs a bit of help from his teammates going forward. Definitely the Connor Mango duo stepped up and Takeover too. Like Takeover found his role that game and was able to get a goal, 2 assists. He had some clutch saves on goal line too. That's I feel like all you can really ask for out of your third, especially coming from a new person coming in with this duo of Connor and Mango.
Exactly. And I hope he is able to continue building on to that role as we get deeper into the series, more importantly, deeper into the season. Take a look on the other side of the pitch. We saw a bunch out of Saint and Wolf in game number 1. This duo was able to combine for multiple goals together. Not quite been the case in game number 2. Don't really know what changed because Saint started going for a bunch of solo plays, and sometimes they worked. I mean, we saw it with the double tap, but more often than not, it did not quite do the trick. We saw the sidewall double, and while it did look very cool, it didn't really result in a whole lot. So we'll see if they are able to make amends as we get into game 3, Aura.
Yes, my game is on the black screen,
Yeah.
so I don't
Yeah,
know if
I'm
it will
afraid
be crashed or
chat,
not.
yeah, we do have a slight technical delay, so you'll have to bear with us for a little bit. But in the meantime, we can yap a little bit more. We got two teams who are both looking to give it a their all this season. 5-10 from San Francisco in their previous season. Do you think they have what it takes this season, Aura, to rebound from what you've seen in the first 2 games?
If that duo can pop off as much as they did that game consistently against all these other RB teams, because I don't know where these guys stand personally on the rankings for SFC. I know you said Montreal definitely looks like a very good team, being, I think you said 24-6 over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
If
yeah, as an organization. Yeah.
SFC is a decent team, they can definitely poke a fight against most teams, I think.
Yeah, that would be really interesting for San Francisco to have a massive rebound in this in their regular season. 5-10 last season, and now they are looking to start off pretty hot. What does that mean for Montreal? They've been Saint especially has been known as a player to perform quite well in the regular season. Has that changed? And a part of me wants to say no because we have such a limited sample size. But one has to wonder if they don't walk out with the series, that going to affect their confidence for the rest of this regular season. Or what do you think?
I mean, I think for most teams, even if they sometimes you get off to a bad start, you have one bad week. You can't let that determine the whole season, especially as and with that standing record from the previous season with Saint having so much success, I feel like he just knows how to win in these lobbies. So I would trust that even if this goes bad and they end up losing this to SFC, that they'll be able to bounce back. Because it seems like they have in previous seasons from only losing a few games, then as well.
That's true. That's certainly true. Well, our technical issues have been amended, which means we're gonna get right into it here for game. Sorry, my dogs are going absolutely crazy. Right. Game number 3, here we go, as these 6 players look to take to the pitch one more time to find who takes match point order. Let's get it.
I think Montreal needs a good start here. They need Saint or someone to just get a goal early to get that momentum back on their side. Because right now it's looking like all SFC. They got some decent pressure, have the start, ample, a good shot, good save by Takeover though. Saint has a little bit of control here, fakes it for a little, good save by Takeover. I mean, Takeover is all over the place on defense right now in terms of just being able to make good productive touches to stall for his teammates.
And that's kind of been a requirement, oddly enough, especially with Connor and Mango as the duo, 2 really offensive-minded players, especially with Connor in position usually to take the shots off of the pass from Connor more often than not. Takeover's role has been incredibly dynamic this series, and that's a very demanding order. But that is a ridiculous dunk, and Mango is not quite able to find the angle to punch it home,
Right
as he
off
didn't card.
I was gonna say right off the woodwork. That was unlucky for Mango. I think he came in slightly too fast for that challenge. It might not have been scoreable, but definitely probably wants that one back if he had a second chance at it. Good shot here from Mango though, and he does make up for the earlier open net miss. Connor, huge 50 off the ceiling, gets the reset down to Mango. Mango slots it right over Amp with the unfortunate backflip on goal line. Can never get away from it, even in these 1800 plus lobbies.
Well, if I had a nickel for every time Mango and Connor combined for a goal, I'd have like 30 cents, which is not a lot, but man, this duo, unstoppable so far. Montreal, not quite found an answer, especially after that game number 2. There's a demo, and Connor's stretch is thin. He's got no boost to work with, and he's still able to find it past another player. You can't emphasize how much he's done in the midfield, this Connor guy. Combined with Mango on the offense, I would not be surprised to see an upset here for week 2.
Oh, Wolf. Oh, put it in. Okay, Saint got there. I thought they were about to somehow not convert on this opportunity. That not the greatest clear by Mango. Saint reads it the whole way. Wolf with a great shot to get past two and stay with the finish.
And there's the Saint Wolf combo that we were talking about in game number 1. Went a little bit silent in game 2, but not to be worried. They are back in control. Another one off the kickoff as that one weak toward the goal line. Takeover's got a little bit of space, but now Saint is there to disrupt that Amp as well, trying to get involved and looking for a bump on his rotation out more often than not. Sometimes that's worked, more often than not it hasn't. He's going to be called upon here. The defense, and Wolf is able to keep it out, but there's no boost anywhere. Amp is empty. Luckily, he's got a little bit of space to work with, or else that could have been another disaster aura.
Huge defensive stand out of Montreal there. They got very lucky that SFC did not convert that because they actually had so much pressure there. Reset here out of Amp. Gets to touch the back wall. Takeover should have that read pretty easily. Not the greatest spec. Wolf gets bumped immediately. I should say off the ball. Amp touchback to Saint. Saint low boost here. That demo might have unironically helped because he's going to spawn with 30 when he had 0 when he got demoed. So Saint coming up into the play here as well. Going for his solo. No bump on back wall, unfortunately. I mean, SFC here is looking great. They're porting off all of Montreal's offense, and if they keep getting these demos, Montreal is going to be in trouble the rest of the series.
It's weird because this roster usually does not go for a whole lot of demolitions. It's, well, I wouldn't say it's uncommon per se, but it's certainly not common. Well, I phrased that terribly, but anyways, I hope you get my point. Nevertheless, San Francisco is going to be looking for a big second goal here. We saw them take an early lead in game number 2. We're able to hold on to it. But this time around is looking a little different. I dare say Montreal are the slight favorites in game number 3, have had a little bit more possession, Amp has been playing phenomenally in this game, especially inside the corner. He's been able to create opportunities. Speaking of the devil, he's going to be called upon once again, but now he's getting harassed for his efforts as that ball once again loose into the midfield
Ooh,
aura.
that double commit out of Montreal was so scary. If either of them lost that 50, that was going straight into the back of their net. Saints gone for two of those sidewall double taps, and he skimmed both of them perfectly. And if he scores one, I'm going to lose my mind. I'll just say that right now. But good offense there out of Montreal. Saints shove a free pass back to Amp. Might be like keep pressure here, but Connor wants to take it away at the midfield. I feel like SFC is just cutting everything and anything in the midfield. They're not even letting Montreal get set up really, so Montreal has to throw these, kind of Hail Marys at the net and try and just break through. A lot of demos going on midfield, but what a lucky respawn from Connor as well. Spawning right on the same side as that came in. Takeover going on the solo play. Gets immediately dunked by Saint. I mean, I feel like whoever wins this game has a very high chance of winning the series because it feels like a very momentum swinging game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too, especially because the pace of play has ramped up so drastically in the last 30 seconds. I mean, both teams really starting to go full send now. I think finally starting to realize what's at stake for this game. And it is all out offense, end-to-end stuff. Wolf, another one on target. He's not going to be able to find the loop around, but Saint will. Take over, no boost. That Saint's going to be looking across for another go-ahead demo. Wolf pass, no, didn't quite see the pass, and that's going to touch the ground. I saw the vision there for Montreal on the offense, but when it came time to put pedal to the metal, just a little bit short of the mark, but I still like what I'm seeing here if you're Montreal.
Montreal definitely had an opportunity. They had no second man falling on that 0-second mid pass. SFC, that's a bad read at takeover. Connor with a huge cover for him. But now takeover is below his third man. If Montreal can somehow get this downfield quickly, they might be able to capitalize on it. It looks like takeover took some good pad lines. He's definitely got better. Amp solo play, gonna flick it into two, forces a double commit out of SFC. Saint pass mid, no one home though. Wolf played a very deep third man there. I think Montreal is going to play the defensive positions a bit safer because they don't want to get caught out like they have a few times in the series so far. And we'll have to see if they can get that counter attack because that really looks like what they're looking for.
Ooh.
Huge miss and
Wait a second.
slot by takeover. I can't tell if this was a whiff or if someone got bumped.
Oh, he got bumped, plain and simple.
Oh, Connor got absolutely smashed out of the way. What a bump by Saint. Huge win for them there.
Yeah, massive for San Francisco, and now this upset. Well, I mean, we knew it was going to be possible at the beginning of the series. But now this just shows you how much offensive power San Francisco has up their sleeve. This takeover guy, I mean, especially since game number 1, he's had such a level up. I think he brings an element of speed to the table that I feel like just Connor and Mango by themselves, even though Connor and Mango had the offense, I think takeover integrates the speed into the rotation so well. Pushing Connor and Mango into the offense more often than not has allowed them to set those opportunities. We saw the bump from Connor, and that was largely because we saw a takeover covering the back left side of the pitch, allowing Connor to get so deep and so involved. And that's been a recurring theme. And so if they're able to do this, I mean, I would not be surprised to see them take this series next game, Aura.
I think what Montreal needs to do here is, I mean, you see when their offense is working and they have pressure, SFC is backed up into their half. They really need to focus on the boost steals and demos because SFC is killing them right now, physically and literally, with these demos on their half. And Montreal's just getting pushed back every time they go up on offense. It seems like they have very odd man takes, but never in their favor.
Yeah, really tough spots again and again for Montreal. Need to see a little bit more of that game number 1 magic. I mean, we saw a little bit in game number 3, so I won't discount that entirely. Saint and Wolf, especially the two names who have been on the tip of my tongue, especially for Montreal, were able to combine for a big first goal. But since then, a little bit silent. We'll see if that changes here in game number 4. But it's tough because I really like what I was seeing from Montreal at the tail end of regulation, or I saw the potential passing play, and that very well could have done it to find the match point. And it just sucks because come overtime, not a whole lot went their way.
Yeah. The vision 100% was there. I think that could have been a comms thing where he thought someone was mid for him, but it was probably a bit deeper back than he might have expected. Definitely good looks though for their passing play. Takeover is just completely controlling the ball as first man here. He's buying Mango and Connor so much time to do whatever the hell they want. So this is like he's really, as you said, leveled up from game one, but I mean, I have a feeling he's going to be the main impact on whether they take this series or not.
Yeah, almost assuredly. I mean, at the risk of overglazing takeover, like he's just been so consistent. And now we got Wolf, who's got a little bit of time here inside the corner. Gonna be hoping for this corner boost to spawn, and more importantly, he's gonna be hoping that Connor doesn't take it from under his nose. Boost is left clean. Saint's got a 1v1. No, turned away by Takeover, who's been the man of the hour for the San Francisco Cyborgs. One could argue that it's Mango for all the shots that he's had, but the fact that Takeover's enabled so much, there's Saint as he punches that one home.
There's that, Amp actually, I believe, getting his first assist of the series. Really nice shot, almost slotted that top corner and stayed with a huge follow-up.
I mean, it's just Saint. Like, he's just always there. Tap and Merchant, this particular series, we saw the double tap as well. Especially on the offense, he's been very prevalent. San Francisco has always had to keep an eye out for this player, and that's no surprise given his regular season record. Still going to be looking to get the ball rolling here. You got to feel like that one goal doesn't mean a ton given San Francisco's offense. There's case in point. Mango once again.
It's just the duo. Connor Mango, assist and goal for one or the other. What a touch. Saint, I feel like Saint had to jump for that. That's such a tough read with zero, but he's got to know someone's coming in for that.
Yeah, zero boost on the near post. It's like you either jump and you get beat, or you stay still and you get beat. I feel like there's not much winning in that scenario, but you gotta do what you can do. Now it's gonna be Connor. He's got no boost, but threading the flip reset the whole time along means like Mango's able to get involved. Liking a little bit of juice on that power, on that shot though, on the near post. Tough angle for him. He's gonna have to let that one go.
Double
or does
bump.
he? The bump. My
Mango,
goodness, he menace.
Literal double bump, cleared out the entire way. Wrecking ball, bumps too. Somehow got Wolf with that. Huge pinch up, and then Mango just has the freest shot bottom corner.
Well, Connor went bowling. He had a strike, I think. That's not the first time. Not the first time he's done it this series either. I mean, the amount of times Connor has just bumped away from Mango, saw it a whole lot in game number 2, especially. And the fact that Montreal has yet to figure out a way around it means that they are in a much worse spot in this series than I initially imagined. But only one goal separating these two teams.
Yeah,
and Saints got another opportunity.
This is definitely winnable for Montreal. They've had the opportunities. That shot definitely probably could have been better, and I guarantee Wolf wants that one back. He had the entire left side of the net open. Saint with a huge dunk. Save from Takeover again. Takeover's defensive prowess in this series has been nothing short of good to keep Connor and Mango able to just keep the offense flowing.
That was always going to be one of our main talking points. Who fits in as the third? We were actually talking a bunch about those duos, because it does feel like a lot of the Ramen Bowl rosters consist of a duo and a third man. And basically what that means is Takeover's had an extra special role. He's fit in so well. Amp has been the quote-unquote third man for Montreal, with both Saint and Wolf looking to get that duo together. Here's Saint. That one's going to be high and loose. Now Wolf is next up to the batting plate. Saint once again really starting to full send inside the corner, but that is as risky as it is rewarding, Aura.
Wolf gets a good 50 here. This could be dangerous for SFC. Oh, good. Mayo flicks too. This should just be wide open for him. Double commit out of Montreal, getting a bit panicky on offense. Maybe wanting to try to push for something super quick just to get a game-tying goal, but now they have to come back to 2, which is even harder when they've been struggling to score against this SFC squad.
And there is as risky as rewarding. There's once again case in point. Montreal, I mean, to go from that game number 1 to this has got to be a heartbreak for sure. Now they've got to figure it out here with only a minute and change on the clock. That's going to be a big bump. He's back for it. He recovers off the bump and touches in midfield. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That was actually one of the greatest recoveries I've ever seen, and I don't even think he meant to do it, but that's just these RB players. They got the creativity and the mechanics to get back off of those insane bumps, so, I mean, you can't even say enough about it. SFC here. I mean, if they get one more, it's secured for sure. But right now, they just have to keep this ball high and try to not let or not let Montreal break in. Saint gets it mid. Oh, that needed to be the goal. That was their
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I dare say without that goal, it might be over. Only a couple seconds on the clock. Doesn't look like Montreal have a whole lot going for them. Stuck inside their half. That whiff from Amp is not going to help their case as Connor's able to burn that much more time off the clock.
Yeah,
Gonna go ahead and say there's gonna be a 3-1 in favor of San Francisco, and they deserved it. I mean, you cannot give enough kudos to Connor and Mango this series. We talked about Takeover a whole lot and how he's able to mesh in as a third man. He's been one of the biggest reasons they came off with this win tonight, Aura.
and it's gonna be a one more for Mango for the road. Dropping 4 goals in the last game, 4 for 4 shooting.
Good grief.
It's yeah, this was theirs from the start of what's it called? From the start of the series to now. That was
For sure.
game one looked rough, but then after that it was gentleman's sweep all the way on the other end.
You know what they call 4 goals, Aura? They call 3 goals a hat trick. They call 4 goals a poker.
I did not know that actually.
Pretty cool. Anyways, a poker for Mango, who's been pretty much unstoppable tonight with Connor at his side. I think he scored all but what, 3 goals?
I believe so, yeah. Mango actually had the offensive performance of his lifetime in that series. That was, I think,
He's
7 or 8 goals in 4 games. Like, that's just absurd.
Yep. I mean that's San Francisco side works. This is like it's not a team that you'd expect to go 5-10 last season. Now, obviously, they have a different third in takeover, and is that the difference? I think so. I think so. Because if this team is able to rebound from the last season, they have a real shot at going deep into the playoffs here, Aura.
Definitely. I wish both these teams luck the rest of the season. I definitely say to any other RB team, watch out for SFC. If you let Connor and Mango pop off like tonight, it's not going to go well for you.
Not in the least, but for now, we are going to take a rather momentary break. When we come back, we're going to be back with some more action. So, we'll see you soon.
Bye.